Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada Gurave Sarvalokanam Bhishaje Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Sakshat Kritam Dayanandam Paramartha-swarupinam Tattva-jnana-prashastaram Pranatosmi param padam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastama Vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Akhandam Satchidanandam Avang Manasagocharam
Akhandam Satchidanandam Bhavam
Manasagopcharam
Manasagocharam
Atmanamakhilādharam Ashraye Bhishta-siddhaye
Atmanam Akhiladaram Ashraye
Ishta
Bhishta-siddhaye
Siddhaye
Arthatopyadvayanandanatita-dvaita-bhanataha
Arthatopyadvayanandatatitatvaitaphanataha
Guru-naradhya Vedanta-saram Vakshye Yathamati
Guru
Gurunaradhya
Naradhya
Vedanta
Vedanta
Saram
Saram Bhakshye
Bhaksheyatamati.
Yathamati.
After Adhyaropa, Apavada, that's the topic we have seen. And in the Tika, the last part of the Adhyaropa, we have not read, we will read and explain. That is the Tika for the line starting from 132, Utradina, here onwards. the last part of the Vidyaropa. That is, all the previous contentions were dismissed and they were not Atma, and it was reasons were given, and also not just dismissing. And what is Atma? That is Brahma. With Prabala Shruti, Vakya, and Vidvat Anubhava. With all that, it is Atma, which is Pratyeka Chaitanyam Atma. It is not any of them, it is Nitya Shuddha, Buddha Mukta, Satya Svabhavam. The author established. So that summary, the tika here. Adhuna putradi shurya paryantanam atmat pratipadaka shuttya dehe abhat abhasatvat purvam etasya uttarottara mata badhyatvacha दृश्यत्व जड़त्वादि हेतु कदम्बैकी च नात्मत्वं प्रसिद्धम् एव इति प्रतिपादयितुं प्रतिजानीते एतेषाम् इति एतेषाम् इति वाक्या एतेषां पुत्रादीनाम् अनात्मत्वम् इति उच्यते अनात्मा एतेषां पुत्रादीनाम् अनात्मत्वम् starting from putra up to the shunyavad, which was the last contention. पर्यंताराम आत्मत्व प्रतिपादिक शुद्ध्यादेहे आभासत्वात्. Abhas, semblance, not the Shruti says. Abhasatvat, that's what we say. It is wrong quotations, fallacious quotations. Purvam, etasya, uttara, padhyatvacha. All the purva, the previous contentions were discussed by uttara. Drishyatva jadattvadi hetu kadambaihi. They are not Atma. Why? Because they are Drishyatvam. They are available for objectification and Jadatvam, etc. Because of all these, the various reasons, Kadambaiki, various multiple reasons. Anatmatvam prasiddham. Anatvam is clear, it is prasiddham ever. Pratipadayitum pratijanite, the author declares, the Vedantasara declares, etesham anatmatvam uchyate. It will be shown. Putradi atmatvadi nam putradi atmatvadi na mati manda adhikaritva tat 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 प्रतिपादित शुत्यादेहे पूर्वपूर्वस्य उत्तरोत्तर बाध्यत्वा च पुत्रादि शून्यन्तानाम् अनात्मत्वं प्रसिद्धमेव इति प्रतिज्ञातमेव अर्थं प्रकटयति एतैः इति 133 line here 130 एतैः अति प्राकृतादिवादिभिः उक्तेषु श्रुतियुक्ति अनुभव आभासेषु that line. पुत्रादि आत्मत्वादि आत्मवादिना आत्मत्वादि पुत्रादि पुत्र etc. That's आत्मवादिना आत्मत्ववादी वादिनाम आत्मत्ववादिनाम वादीनाम अति आत्मत्ववादिनाम अति मंद अधिकारित्वा not मति आत्मत्ववादिनाम. तो पुत्रादि आत्मत्ववादी वादीनाम वादिनाम आत्मत्ववादीनाम it must be because वादः अस्य अस्ति इति वादिन् वादी Prativadi. So Vadina should be. So Putradi Atmatva Vadina Ati Manda Adhikaritvat Tat Pradipadaka Sutyadehi Api. So Putradi Atmatva, Putra etc., which are claimed to be the Atma by those people who are Ati Manda. They are Ati Manda Adhikari. They are being Ati Manda Adhikari. Manda Adhikari itself is inferior. Ati Manda Adhikari. And Bhakti Manda Adhikaritvat, whatever the Tatta Shruti Parita, Tat Pratipadi Shrutyadekhe api. The Shrutis, quotations, whatever they said, the citations, whatever they are given, they gave. Purvasya Uttarottara Bhadyatvacha, all the previous were negated by the successive citations. Putradi Shunyantanam Natpatti Prasiddham Eva. Starting from Putra up to Shunyantanam, Shunya Paryantanam, Anatvattam Prasiddham Pratignatam Eva Prakatayati, Etaihi Iti, the line number 133. Uttarottaranam Shtiva Yuti Anubhava Abhasaihi Atmatva Bada Darshanat Putradinam Anatvatam Spashtam Iti. 133, the line the author Vedantasara said. Nanu Putradi Shunya Paryantanam Anatmatve Siddhe. Kaha Tarhi Aham Pratyaya Vishaya Te Aham Pratyaya Vishaya Atma Iti Ashankya Astuladi Nisheda Vakya Jata Bodhitam Satygnanam Anantam Brahma Ityadi Vidivakya Koti Bodhitam Yat Satygnananantam Advayam Brahma Tat Evaham Tadevaham Alambanam Iti Prabala Shruti Yukti Anubhavaiki Pratipadigitum Aga Kincha Iti. Kincha is line number 134. Next, Kincha, this line dismisses all the previous contentions. What is that? Nanu Putradi Shunya Paryantana Manatmatve Siddhe. Starting from Putra up to the Shunyavadi, whatever their views, and they are Anatma Iti Siddhe, when it is proved, then Kaha Targi Aham Pratyavashaya Atma Iti Ashankya. Then what is Atma? Aham Pratyavashaya Atma Iti Ashankya. For that, Astuladi Pratyaka Astula Chakshuku Pranaha. So Astuladi Nisheda Vakya Jata Bodhitam. Jata Bodhitam. Nisheda Vakya Jata Bodhitam. That's Astula, the Vakya of the Shruti, Prabala Shruti Vakya. Atma is Pratyaka Astulaha Chakshuku Pranaha Manaha Karta Chaitanyam Chinmatram Iti. Nisheda Vakya Jata Bodhitam. All these were negated by Astula, the Nisheda Vakya. Bodhitam, Bodha, knowledge conveyed by this Vakya, knowledge which is imparted by these statements of the Shruti. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Ityadi Vidivakya Koti Bodhitam Yat Satya Jnananantam Advayam Brahma Tat Eva Akam Alambanam Iti. Alambanam is Adhishthana. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam Advayam. What? Brahma. Brahma, which is Satyam, it is Jnanam, it is Anantam, therefore Ananda, it is Advayam. Tat, what is that? That Agameva. Alambanam Adhishtanam Iti. Iti, Ityadi, Vakya Koti, Bodhitam. Ityadi, there are Vakyas, Shruti Vakyas, negating all the previous contentions with regard to Atma. Prabala Shruti, Yukti Anubhaviki Pratipadayitum, Aha Kincha Iti. This is Prabala Shruti Vakya. whatever the Purva Pakshi quoted, they're all Durbala. They don't have that much. They're not Prabala Shruti Vakya. Neither Shruti Vakyas are strong, nor the Yukti, nor the Anubhava. But whatever the Vakya, whatever they say, based on they're all based on the quotations which are taken out of context. They are not Prabala Shruti, and also Yukti also is weak. Anubhava is also weak. Therefore, Prabala Shruti, Yukti, Anubhavegi, Pratipadayitum, Aga Kincha iti. Taking appropriate words from the Shruti, the author dismissed. So that Brahma, then what is that Brahma? Brahma is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, Advayam, that Agam Pratyaya Vishaya, that is Agam Eva Alambanam. I am the Adhisthana, Brahma, Atma, Agam, Adhisthana of everything. Iti, there are many Vakyas, Taihi Bodhitam, Vidivakya Koti Bodhitam, Pratipadayitam Aga, the author said, Pincha iti. Astuladi Prabala Shruti Vakya iti. Uttradi Shunya Paryantanam, अतिरिक्तात् अतिरिक्त आत्मस्वरूप प्रतिपादनात् पुत्रादीनां जडत्वादि हेतुभिः अनात्मत्वम् इत्यर्थः. So astula achapshuhu apranah iti. The author even did not quote the entire Shruti Vakya, only one word. So these are the Prabala Shruti Vakya. By that, Putradi, starting from Putra up to Shunya Paryantana, Shunya Paryanta Atma, Shunya Paryanta अतिरिक्त आत्मस्वरूप प्रतिपादनात् पुत्रादीनां जडत्वादि हेतुभिः. The Vakyas which Putradi Shunya Paryanta Atma Atirikta, they exceed, they dismiss the Atmatvam attributed to Putradi up to Shunya. Atirikta Atma Swarupa Pratipadanat. Atmas, what is Atma? That Swarupa which is revealed by the Prabala Shruti. By that, Putradinam Jadatvam Hetu Bihi, along with the Hetu, the reason, Yukti. Putradinam Jadatvam Hetu Bihi Anattatvam Ityartaha. Anattatvam of Putradi, etc. It is, here Anatma, it is presented, it is told. Putradinam Jadatvadi Hetu Bihi Anattatvam Ityartaha. अस्मिन् अर्थे प्रबल विद्वत् अनुभवं प्रमाणयति अहं ब्रह्म इति. अहं ब्रह्म इति विद्वत् अनुभवः. अहं ब्रह्म, अहं जगत्कारण ब्रह्म इति अहं ब्रह्म विद्वत् अनुभव प्राबल्याच्च इति वाक्य. इति 134th वाक्य. So विद्वत् प्रबल, strong, विद्वत् अनुभव, the conviction, the vision of the Vidva, Jnanis, Nishta. Putradi Shutyadinam Daurbalyam Darshayati Tattaditi. The weakness, that is Daurbalyam. The Putradi Shutyadinam, the Shruti Vakya, which is Putra Atma, Vijnanamaya Annamaya Ityari Atma, they are Daurbalya. They are not strong Shruti Vakya, Darshayati, Tattaditi. Because they are negated by the successive one. Yataha Putradinam Jarattvadi Hetubihi Anatmatvatah Putradi Bhasakam Nityashuddhatvad Nityashuddhatvadi Swarupam Eva Atmatvam Astityartaha. So Putradinam Jarattvadi Hetubihi anatmatvatah. Where anatmatvatah, anatmatva matah, anatmatvam atah. Putradinam jadatva. They are jada means anatma. Putradi etc. They are anatma. Hetu bhi along with the hetu, yukti, the cause. Atah putradi bhasakam. Putradi bhasakam nitya shuddhattvadi swarupam eva atmatvam eva atmavastu eva atmavastu ityartah. So putradi bhasakam is semblance. Putradi bhasakam, the semblance of putra etc. to be the atma. Nitya shuddhatvadi swarupam eva atmavastu. Atmavastu is, it is nitya, it is shuddha. Shuddhatvadi adipadat we have to add nitya shuddha uttam vada swarupaha iti. Atma which is nitya shuddha buddha mukta satya swabhavam atma. Putradi bhasakam, the semblance, the appearance. Bhasakam, bhasakaha, putradi bhasakam atmavastu ityartaha. So, putradi bhasakam, bhasaka semblance. The semblance, Chaitanya, as the author said, Chaitanya bhasatvena, jadasya, Chaitanya bhasyatvena, the author has said in the line 134. Chaitanyasya, jadasya Chaitanya bhasyatvena. Chaitanya is the illuminator, and the jadas are illuminated. So the putradi etc. They are not atma, they are anatma, because they are jada, they are drishya, jadatva, drishyatwadi. These are the hetu. By that anatmatvam it is spashtam. Therefore, putra etc. has got the bhasaka. They are not swayam bhasaka. They are they got the illuminator, illuminate. Therefore, nitya shuddhatva, swarupam eva. That atma it must be nitya, it must be shuddha, it should be buddha mukta satya svabhava. That is atmavastu. Natu putradi, not the putradi, because they are not, because they enjoy the status of being illuminated. They're not they are chaitanya bhasyatvena, jadasya, they're all jada. Now, the next Purupakshi now here. He asks questions. Nanu, idam viruddham yat putradinam atmatva pratipadaka shrutinam apramanyam astuladi shrutinam pramanyamiti. Why can't we take like this? Because all the previous contentions, they are also quoted from the Shruti. And they are dismissed by ultimately by the Prabala Shruti Vakya only. The contentions were dismissed by the successive contentions, and finally all were removed by Prabala Shruti Vakya. Now, why can't we take like this? Like what? Putradena Atmatra Pratipadaka Shrutira. The Shruti Vakya which said that Putra etc. or Atma. That also we can accept. Putradena. Then the Prabala Shruti Vakya, that also Pramanyam. Now, here, Putradena Putradinam Atvatva Pratipadaka Shrutinam Apraman. How can you say? Here the Purupakshi asks questions. You are dismissing Putradi, etc. as Anatma. It is Apramaniam, even though the Shruti Vakyas were quoted, and you say to Astuladi Shrutinam Pramaniam. Is it not contradictory from the same Shruti only? Even the previous contenders they quoted. You are also quoting from the same Shruti. So, Putradinam Atvatva Pratipadaka Shruti. How can you say that is Apramaniam? And Astuladi Shruti, how can you say Pramaniam? The same Shruti. The same Shruti only, they also have quoted, and you also quoted the same Shruti. How can you say yours is Pramaniam and theirs is not Pramaniam? Is it not contradictory? No, idam viruddham. No, for us we say no, it is not. Ahi. Vedavakyeshu keshajit apramanyam keshajit pramanyam iti va shakyam pratipadayitam. And also, in the Veda, some vakyas are pramanyam, some vakyas are apramanyam iti. We cannot take. Who says this is Purvapakshya? Evam ched, if this is so, Putradi Shrutinam Pramanyam Astuladi Vakyanam Apramanyamiti Vaiparityam Kim Nasyat Vedavakya Abhisheshat. If this is so, Putradi Shrutinam Pramanyam Putradi etc. So Putradi Shruti Vakya, they are the Pramana, and Astuladi Vakyanam Apramanyamiti. That is also contradictory only. If you take Putradi Shruti or Pramanya and Astuladi Shruti, Astuladi means line number 134, Astula, Chakshuhu, the author negated all the previous condition. So Astuladi Vakyanam Aparamanam. That also, you cannot take Viparityam is Viruddham. Kim Nasyat iti Kim Nasyat Veda Vakya Avisheshat. All are Veda Vakya. All are Veda Vakya Kim Nasyat. So that's from the same Shruti. From the same Shruti only the quotations were given. How can one can dismiss the other? How can you say one is Pramanyam, other one is Apramanyam? Either way, if you say Putradinam Apramanyam, Astuladinam Pramanyam, Atava Putradinam Brahmanyam, Astuladi Vakyanam Apramanyam, both ways it is Viruddham Vaiparityam Kim Nasya. So, because all the Vakyas are Vakyas of the Veda only. Kim Keshanchit Vedanta Vakyanam Apramanya Pratipadanartham Idam Tatranam आरब्धम अतः कथम निर्णय इति चेत अत्र उच्यते केषाञ्चित् वेदांत वाक्यानाम् अप्रामाण्य प्रतिपादनार्थम इदं प्रकरणम् आरब्धम्. The प्रकरणम् is started. अतः कथम निर्णय इति चेत अत्र उच्यते. How can we arrive at the vakyas which are pramanya, which are apramanya? Kim केषाञ्चित् वेदांत वाक्यानाम् अप्रामाण्य प्रतिपादनार्थम Apramani Pratipadanata. That is, the author says it directly. That is, the Shruti adopts the method of Apavada, or the Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa cannot be taken as the view of the Shruti. Shruti, when it presents a Srishti, it does Adhyaropa. For the sake of the students, it does Adhyaropa. Shruti knows the truth. It does Adhyaropa, not because it does, it is not, it is a truth. It is a prakriya, the method. Adhyaropa Apavadapyam Nishpapancham Pratajyate. Shishyaya Sukha Bodhartam is for the sake of the understanding of the students. The Shruti does stuff. Therefore, Vedanta Vakya, Keshanjit Vedanta Vakya, Pramani Pratipadanartham, the Prakaranam, Arabdam, Ataha. How do you determine that? Which are Pramanya, which are not Pramana? Atra Uchyate. पुत्रादिश्रुतीनां सर्वथा एव प्रामाण्यं नास्ति इति न निषिध्यते, किन्तु अस्थूलादिप्रबलश्रुति स्मृतिन्यायविरोधात् स्वार्थे तात्पर्य अभावात् तेषां, that is, पुत्रादिश्रुतीनां सर्वथा एव प्रामाण्यं नास्ति इति न निषिध्यते. It is not that they are not pramana and it is dismissed forever, but अस्तुलादि प्रबल श्रुति वाक्यासाद श्रुति स्मृति न्याय विरोधात्. We arrive at a tatparya by prabala shruti vakya smriti and nyaya. Nyaya should not contradict. Should not contradict shruti smriti and nyaya. Nyaya virodhat swarte tatparya abhavat. It doesn't have tatparya by itself. Putradi. Therefore, tesham stula arundati nyayena. So this is the method, arundati nyaya. Adhyaropa is to make the students see Arundhati Nyaya, step by step. Arundhati Nyayena, Purva Nirakarana Dwara, by dismissing the Purva, the preceding contentions. Sukshma, why? Because what is going to be presented is Sukshma. Atma is Sukshma Vastu. Therefore, Sukshma Vastu Padeshe, Tatparyam, iti tavat eva pratipadyate. Arundhati Nyaya also same thing. Arundhati Nyaya or Shaka Chandra Nyaya. From the grosser to the subtler, from the visible, from the one which is striking, from that to the one which is not that much striking or which is feeble, is pointed out slowly, step by step. Arundhati Nyaya. Similarly here also. So it is there is a presentation of the Sukshma Vastu, that is step by step, from the grosser to the gross to the subtler, then subtle, then subtlest. As in the Arundhati, as in seeing the Arundhati star. Similarly, this Shruti also adopts that method, step by step, Purva Nirakarana Dwara. So Pratipadyate, ultimately it is Sukshma Vastu is revealed. Tavadeva Atrapi. Tatahi Dhruvam Arundhatim cha darshayati iti vidibalat Vara Vadvoho Arundhati darshane prapte Paramasukshmayaha Arundhatyaha Pratama Kakshayam eva Pratipattam Ashakyatvat. So Arundhati, Dhruvam Arundhatim cha darshayati. The Arundhati star is in order to show it very clearly, strongly. Vidibalat, Arundhati Nyaya, that is a Nyaya, that is the method by which Varavadvoho, by the Vadu, by the Varavadu, Vadvoho, Vadu daughter-in-law, Varavadvoho, Arundhati Darshane, in order to show the Arundhati Darshane Prapte, Paramasukshmayaha Arundhatyaha. Arundhati star is, which is Paramasukshma, extremely subtle. So at first sight it is difficult to spot it. Pratama Kakshayam eva Pratipattam. Pratipattam is Jnatam. Jnatam Ashakyatva. Difficult to spot at first sight. Therefore, Pratamam Chandra Jyoti Rupa Arundhati Ityuchyate. First is it is said Chandra Jyoti. Moon is brighter, therefore it is Arundhati Ityuchyate. Tataha, then Chandra Binna Taraka Arundhati Ityuchyate. Different from the Chandra, the Taraka, the star is Arundhati Ityuchyate. Tatascha Itara Taraka Itara Taraka Binna Sapta Taraka Nika Arundhati Ityuchyate. Different from that another Taraka, then different from the Sapta Taraka, the Sapta 7 stars, Arundhati Ityuchyate. Tadarantaram Itara Taraka Chatushtaya Bhinna. Different from that it is Chatushtaya, the 4 stars. Taraka, then Taraka Tritaya Dika Ityuchyate. Then slowly from 7 to 4, 4 to 3, Iti Tataha Then Madhya Taraka iti uchate in the Taraka, the star which is Madhya. Tat Samipavartini Paramasukshma Arundhati iti uchate. Like that, pointing slowly step by step, starting from Chandra Jyoti up to the 7 stars and 4 stars, then 3 stars. And Tatta Samipa Vartini Paramasukshma, that which is Samipa Vartini, it is brought closer, proximate to your vision. And it is Sukshma, finally it is a Sukshma Arundhati. This is what Arundhati iti uchate. It's pointed out. Acha etavat etesham panchana vakyanam paraspara viruddhartha pratipadakatvena apramanyam shakyam pratipadayitum kintu pratipatra buddhi anusarena. Acha etavat etesham panchana vakyanam. All these vakyadi, it is paraspara viruddhartha pratipadakatvena apramanyam shakyam pratipadayitum. When you point out the Arundhati star, all these Vakyas, starting from saying so Chandra Jyoti is the Arundhati, all these are Viruddha. They are Apramanya, they are not Pramana. But Pratipatra Buddhi Anusarena. But for the knower, for the one who wants to know what is Arundhati, for them, Sopana Kramavat, it is a step-by-step process. Pura Pura Nirakarana Dwara, by dismissing the previous one, slowly he moves on, steps on, slowly he moves on to arrive, step by step he moves on. Nirakana Dwara, Sukshma, Arundhati Pratipadre Tatparya. The Tatparya lies only in showing it the Arundhati star, step by step. Therefore, even though they are they are not Pramana, Chandra Jyoti, etc., but they are helpful in making the person arrive at the reveal it to arrive at Arundhati star. The Tatparya is in making the person see the Arundhati. Therefore, the sopana, the steps are important, even though they are not true, but the steps have the ultimate, they have got the ultimate, the intention, the Tatparya in pointing out the Arundhati. All the steps have got they are required ultimately to arrive at the Tatparya. Arundhati Pratipadane Tatparya Teva. Vakyanam, this Panchavakyanam, even though they are Paraspara Viruddha, Apramanyam, Shakyam, Pratipadayitum Shakyam, even though they can be Apramana, they are not Pramana iti Pratipadayitum, you can say Pratipadayitum Shakyam, Tatapi, Pratipatra Buddhi Anusarena, for the one who wants to know this, who wants to spot the Arundhati star. All these are useful steps because Tatparya is it pointing out the Arundhati, is to arrive at the Arundhati star, revealing the Arundhati star. Tadvat, similarly, Tadvat, Atrapi, Annamayaha, Pranamayaha, Manomayaha, Vijnanamayaha, Anandamayaha, Atma, Brahmapucham Pradishta, Taittiriya Upanishad, iti Pucha Brahma Paryavasitanam, Panchakosha Vakyanam, api Paraspara Viruddhartha Pratipadakatve, api, as in the Shaka Chandranaya, Arundhati Nyaya. Similarly, here also, first is Annamaya is Atma, then slowly Pranamaya, there's a shift happening. Thus, Sukshma Vastu Atma is going to be pointed out. Brahmapucham Pratishta. So, therefore, Panchakosha Vakyanam api, even though the Vakyas, Panchakosha Atma, Paraspara Viruddhartha Pratipadakatve api, even though they are mutually contradictory, but Pratipatra Buddhi Anusarena, Pratipatra, the knower, Pratipatta, the Buddhi, the cognition, or the understanding of the Pratipatta, in keeping with the understanding of the Pratipatta. So there is a step-by-step movement, cognitive movement. Sopana Kramavate, Purva Nirakarana Dwara, by dismissing the preceding one, Parama Sukshma Pucha Brahma Pratipadane, Brahma which is Parama Sukshma. Revealing the Parabrahma, Tatparya is revealing the Parabrahma, Tatparya. Yata Arundhati Pratipadane Tatparya, Tadvat Dashtante, Tadvat Dashtante api, Brahma Pucha, Pucha Brahma Pratipadane, Tatparya, therefore Sopana Kravata, Pura Purira Karanadvara, that is ultimately for Patipatra Buddhi, Buddhi Anusarena, in keeping with the understanding of the Pratipatta, step by step, arriving at the Paramasukshma Vastu, dismissing the previous one, ultimately to arrive at Brahma, which is a Sukshma, Ati Sukshma, Paramasukshma. The Tatparya is only in arriving at Paramasukshma Vastu. Therefore, how can you say this? Sopanas are apramana. They serve the purpose. That is the method of teaching. Adhyaropa apavada. Tasmat sarvesham vedavakyanam sakshat paramparaya va advitiya vastu pratipadare tatparyat ramanya virodaha iti sankshepaha. Therefore, all the Vedavakyas directly sakshat paramparaya va, either directly or paramparaya, or successively. They have the Tatparya in revealing the Advitiya Vastu. Tatparyat, Advitiya Vastu Pratipadane Tatparyat. Pramanya Virodaha iti Sankshepaha. Therefore, there is a Pramanya Viroda. So, because directly or indirectly means step by step, they have got Tatparya in revealing the Parabrahma, Advitiya Vastu, Brahma. So, therefore, there is dismissal of the previous Vakya. विशेष अध्यारोप प्रकरण उपसंहरति एवं that the अध्यारोप प्रकरण is concluded. Then the next topic starts apavada, which we started in last class. आत्मवस्तुनि मिथ्या प्रपंचस्य सामान्यतः विशेषतश्च, generally and specifically, the आत्मवस्तु मिथ्या प्रपंचस्य अध्यारोप प्रकारं सब प्रपंचम अभिधाय इदानीं तद अपवाद प्रकारं वस्तुम आरभते अपवादमिति. So अध्यारोप प्रकारं सब प्रपंचम अभिधाय, having presented the अध्यारोप सब along with the prapancha vidhaya idanim tad apavada prakaram. Now the prapancha which is superimposed on the atma, and prapancha is mithya prapancha, now it desuperimposing. Tad apavada prakaram arabhate apavadaha. Asangaha asanga udasine paramatma vastuni tad vivarta bhuta ajnanadi mithya prapanchasya चिद्वस्तु मात्रा जिद्वत्सु मात्र अवशेषतया अवस्थानम् एव अपवादः इति वक्तुं प्रथमं लौकिकदृष्टान्तम् आह रज्जु विवर्तस्य इति. असंगः आत्मा उदासीनः परमात्मा वस्तुनि in the असंग उदासीन परमात्मा वस्तु तद्विवर्तभूत अज्ञानादि मिथ्या प्रपंचस्य. अज्ञानादि मिथ्या प्रपंच, अज्ञानादि मिथ्या प्रपंचस्य तद्विवर्तभूत परमात्मा वस्तुनि, there is an vivarta. Vivarta is not real, it is apparent. Vivarta bhuta ajnanadi mithya prapancha. Ajnanam It is Karanam. At the level of Karana, Ajnana, and the Prapancha is gross. So we say Ishvara, then Hiranyagarbha, then Virat. All these are superimposed on Brahman. So Ajnanadi Mithya Prapanchasya, the Vivarta Bhuta, they are Vivarta Bhuta. Apparent appearance on the Paramatma Vastu. Chid Vastu, Matra, Avasheshataya. Avasthanam Eva. Chid Vastu alone. Chid Vastu Matra Avasheshataya. Avasheshataya Avasthanam Eva Apavada iti Vaktum. Because it is Vivarta, therefore Chidvastu alone is the which is the Chidvastu alone, on which alone is Ajnanadi Prapanchasya Adhyaropaha. And Adhyaropa is Vivarta. It is not real because it is Adhyaropa. Iti Vaktum, to say, in order to present that, Lokika Drishtantamaha, a Lokika example is given, Raju Sarpa iti. Raju Vivartasya Sarpasya, as we saw. Sarpa is Raju Vivarta. Similarly, this Prapancha is, it is, Yata, Sarpa is Raju Vivarta. Raju Vivartasya Sarpasya. Raju Matratvavat, Vastu Vivartasya. Vastu Vivartasya Avastunaha Ajnanadehe Prapanchasya, as the Apavada, the author said the first time which we saw in the last class. Apavada Nama, Raju Vivartasya Sarpasya. So Sarpa is Raju Vivartasya Sarpasya. The snake which is perceived in the rope. So it is not real. Sattva Vivarta appears, apparent appearance. Apparent appearance, apparent modification, apparent appearance of the snake in the Raju. So Raju Vivartasya Sarpasya. Tadvat Vastu Vivartasya Avastunaha. Avastu is Ajnanayadeke Prapanchasya. Vastu Vivartara. Vastu Matratvam is the Vastu alone. Vastu Naha Vivartasya Vastu Naha Ajnanayadeke Vastu Matratvam. Vastu Matratvam is that is the Vastu, the Brahma alone is finally after the superimposition. Vastu Vivartasya Avastunaha. That is Avastu which is superimposed, Avastunaha Prapanchasya which is superimposed on the Vastu. Finally, it is realized to be nothing but Brahma. Vastu Matratvam Eva iti. That Vakya is here only, the author says. Chidvastu Matra Avasheshataya Avasthanam. Vastu Matratvam. It is nothing but Vastu Eva. Because this Ajnanadi Mithya, it is Mithya Prapanchasya. Paramatma Vastuni Vivarta Bhuta Ajnanadi Mithya Prapanchasya. They are Mithya Prapancha. Mithya Prapancha is Mithya. Ajnanadi Mithya Prapanchasya. They are Aropita on the Vastu. It is an apparent appearance on the Vastu. Therefore, Vastu Matratvam Avashishyate, when dismissing them as Mithya. Therefore, to say that, iti vaktum pratamam Lokika Drishtantam Raju Sarpa iti. The famous Lokika Drishtanta is given. Raju Sarpa Drishtanta. Raju Swarupa Parityaga. Now here, the question comes. The author said Vivartasya. So therefore, it is a Vivarta, not real. But there are two ways a thing can appear. Either the thing can undergo real modification. The creation will be this. All this are meant to explain the creation. Jagat. The creation can be of two types. One is there is a vikara, which brings about a complete change, total parinama. Like the example is the milk undergoing complete transformation to become curd. The second one is the cause doesn't undergo real change, like in the case of the Raju Sarpa. The rope doesn't undergo any change, but there is appearance of snake, vivarta. So Raju Swarupa aparityagena sarpa akarena basamanasya Raju vivartasya apavadaha nashaha nama adhisthana Raju matrataya avasthanam avasthanavat chid vivartasya ajnanadi prapanchasya nashaha nama chinmatrattvena avasthanamityarthaha. But avasthanam chinmatrattvena avasthanam is but Vastu Matratvam, the word what the author has said here, Vastu Matratvam, that is explanation of the word. That is Rajju Swarupa Parityagena, without giving the Swarupa of Rajju. There is a Sarpa Akara, there is an appearance, form of Sarpa. Basamanasya Sarpa, which is Basamanasya, which appears. That is, therefore, Sarpa is Rajju Vivartasya. Rajju Vivartasya Apavadaha Nashaha. The appearance of the sarpa or the rajju, the destruction of that nama, adhisthana, distracting that, then what you have is only adhisthana rajju, rajju matrataya avasthanameva, avasthanavat. The rajju, the alone is exist, not the sarpa, which is aropita, which is vivarta. So that is an asha. That is a distraction. So apavadaha is nashaha. There is no real destruction. Nasha nama adhishtana rajju matrataya avasthanavat. Avasthanavat. Adhishtana rajju alone, rajju matrataya, vastu matratvam, as the author said, vastu matratvam. That is, after dismissing it is, dismissing sarpa, it is nothing but vastu, rajju, avasthanavat. Tadvat, similarly, avasthanavat, chid vivartasya, chit chaitanya vivartasya, vastu vivartasya, ajnanadi prapanchasya nashaha, ajnanadi prapancha, the destruction of ajnanadi prapancha, which is vivarta, appearing on the vastu, destruction of that, finally, by that, what you have is chinmatratvena avasthar vityartaha. On the dismissal of that, vastu matratvam iti. So it is known that it is realized to be nothing but Brahma. That is the Vastu, because it is Vivarta. Therefore, finally, it is realized that it is nothing but Brahma Eva. Brahmani Eva, all this Ajnanadi Prapanchasya Aropaha. So, and the Apavada is dismissal, Nashaha. Therefore, finally, what is Avashishyate is this Vastu Eva. That you cannot dismiss it. So, therefore, Chinmatratera Avasthanam. Avasthanam is that alone remains. Chinmatrameva, Vastumatratrameva, Avasthanam. It means here it is cognitive removal, not that you can destroy it. Because this Jagat enjoys certain degree of reality. Within the reality, you cannot destroy it. That is why, in spite of Dvaitam, there is Advaitam. But there is a change in the cognition. You understand? That's why it's a realization. It's a realized. It's known. Vastumatratvam. What is there is only the Vastu. So, what is there is only the Vastu, the Brahma. So, this Ajnanadi Prapancha, which is superimposed on the Vastu, it is, on the dismissal of that, it is realized at the end to be nothing but Vastu. That is Chinmatratena Vasthanam. Atra yata Swarupena Vastitasya Vastunaha Anyata Bhavaha Dvida Bhavati Parinama Bhavaha Vivarta Bhavascha iti. Yata Swarupena Vastitasya Vastunaha. Two types of vikara, anyata bhavaha. Anyata bhavaha, the other form, anyatha bhavaha, vidabhavat. Two types of vikara, two types of changes, modification possible. One is parinama, other one is vivarta. Tatra parinama bhavaha nama vasturaha yathartataha swaswarupam parityajya swarupantara apattihi. Yata dugdam eva swaswarupam parityajya dadi akarena parinamate. Parinama is, parinama bhavaha is vastunaha, the vastu, the anything, vastu, object, yathartataha swarupam parityajya. Swaswarupa Paritejya, giving up its real, giving up its Swarupa, giving up its nature. Swarupantara apatti. That is what Parinama is. Swaswarupa Paritejya, Swaswarupa Parinama, Rupantara apatti is Parinama. Yata Dugdam eva Swaswarupa Paritejya, yata, that milk giving up its Swarupa, its nature, and becomes Dadi, curd. Changes into, modifies into curd. Vivarta bhavastu. The Vivarta is Vastunaha Swaswarupa Aparityage, without giving up its Swarupa, without giving up its nature. Swarupantarena, Swarupantara Apattihi, Swarupantarena, Mithya Pratitihi, it is appearance. Mithya Pratitihi is appearance, not real, it is Mithya. It is subject to negation. Yata Rajjuhu, Swaswarupa Aparityagena, Sarpakarena Mithya Pratibhasate. Like this. Rajjuhu, without giving up its swarupa, but appears as snake. Pratibhasate. Sarpakarana pratibhasate. Atra Vedante Brahmani prapancha Ganasya Parinama Bhavaha na Angikriyate. Dugdadi. But here in the Vedanta, we don't accept in the Brahmani, we don't say that it undergoes, but it undergoes change like the milk becoming a curd. The Parinama Bhavaha na Angikriyate. Dugdadivat. Brahmanaha Vikaritvat Asangat Anityadvadi Doshapattehe. If we accept Parinama Bhava, then Brahma will undergo change. If it undergoes change, then it is not Nitya. So all these doshas will creep in. So Doshapattihi, there is tenability of this such doshas. If we say it is Parinama Bhavaha. But for Visishtha Dvaitis, they are Parinama Bhavaha. Because they are Dvaitis. So therefore, they say it is Parinama, but we don't say it is Parinama, it is Vivarta, it is appearance, it is a semblance. Vivarta Bhava Angikaretu, Nayam Doshaha, Brahmani, Prapanchabhanasya Mityatvana, Vikaritva Abhavat. But if we accept Vivarta Bhava, then this dosha is not there. Brahmani Prapanchabhanasya Mityatvana, because it is Mitya, Prapanchabhana. The knowledge of Prapancha, appearance of Prapancha in the Brahma, it is Mithya. So therefore it is Mithya, and therefore there is no Vikara, there is no real change. Vikaritva Abhavat, absence of Vikara, real Vikara, change. Taduktam, Adhishtana Avasheshaha, Hi Nashaha Kalpita Vastunaha. Kalpita Vastunaha Nashaha. Destruction of the imagined the Vastu. And the destruction of that, what will be remaining is this Adhishtana Neva. Iti Taduktam, quoting from Sutta Samhita. Tasmat Chid Vivartasya Prapanchasya Chinmatra Avasthanameva Apavadaha iti Bhavaha. Therefore, as the author said, Raju Vivartasya Tatpasya. Similarly, Chid Vivartasya Prapanchasya. This Chid Vivartasya Prapanchasya. So this Prapancha is superimposed on Chit. Chid Vivartasya Prapanchasya. Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya. Yata. Tadvat Chid Vivartasya Prapanchasya. So it is The snake is an apparent appearance on the Rajju. Similarly, the Prapancha is apparent appearance on the Chit. Therefore, on the dismissal of Prapancha, because it is apparent, with Chinmatra Avasthanam Eva, it is realized to be Chit Eva, in Matram Eva, Chit alone, Avasthanam. This remains. That is called Apavadaha, iti Bhavaha. Spinnarate, Grantantara Sambhadam Darshayati Taduktam iti. Grantantara, the next part of the Grantha, Sambhadam Darshayati Taduktam iti. Taduktam is 138, which we have to see. The next one. So let us read this from here. Tikakara states Taduktam. This from here we will read in the next class. Aspinnarate, Grantantara Sambhadam. Grantha Sambhadam, the further dialogue. Second part of the next part of the Grantha, chapter of the Grantha, Grantantaram, Sambhadam Darshayati Taduktam. Sorry, the Grantantaram is Anya Grantha, not this Grantha. Grantantara Sambhadam Darshayati. The author quotes from Anya Grantha, other text. Grantantaram is another text, Anya Grantha. The author quotes from other text, Taduktam. Taduktam is the quotation from the text itself, Taduktam. So it is a quote, Taduktam. So let us read from here. Apavado nama
Pavado nama
Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya
Rajju
Rajju
Vivartasya
Vivartasya Sarpasya
Rajju Matratvavat
Rajju
Matratvavat
Matratravat
Vastu Vivartasya
Vastu
Vastu Vivartasya
Vivartasya
Avastunaha Ajnanadehe Prapanchasya
Avastunaha
Avastunaha
Ajnanadehe
Ajnanadehe
Prapanchasya
Prapanchasya
Vastu Matratvam.
Vastu
Vastu Matratvam
Matratvam
Vastu Matratvam alone is explained by the Tikakara as Vastu Avashesha Avasthanam iti. So that Vastu eva remains after dismissing the Mithya Bhuta Prapancha. Ajnanadege, Avastunaha Ajnanadege, Mithya Bhuta Prapanchasya, Nashaha Apavadaha, the dismissal of that because they are Vivarta. They are Vastu Vivartasya. Avastunaha. Yata Sarpasya Nashaha, Sarpasya Nasha. Destruction of Sarpa doesn't destroy Rajju because Sarpa is Rajju Vivarta. Similarly, the destruction of Prapancha cannot destroy Vastu because it is Vastu Vivarta is this Prapancha. Therefore, removal of that, finally, what is arrived at is nothing but Brahma, Vastu Matratvam. Therefore, Taduktam, it is said, the quotation is given here. Let's read the quotation. Satatvaton Yatha Pratha
Satatvato Anyatha
Tatvatanyatha
Pratha
Pratham
Vikarayityudiritaha
Vikara Ityudiritaha
Atatvaton Yatha Pratha
Tatvatanyatha
Atatvato
Pratham
Anyatha Pratha
Vivarta iti udiritaha
Vivarta
Vivarta
iti
iti Udiritaha
Udiritaha
Taduktam. Here the author gives in the form of this shloka. Taduktam. Or is it from any quote, any text? Taduktam. Well, it's not given in any text I have seen. Maybe, or maybe shloka, if it is quote from any grantha, I would have given, not given. Anywhere it is not given. Maybe. So Taduktam, it is said. What? Taduktam is thus. It has been said. Vikara and Vivarta. The two types of modification changes which are possible in general. To explain the Jagat, that is given here. Vikaraha Vivartaha iti. Udiritaha means Udiritaha said. Udiritaha. Iritaha. Ut-iritaha. Udiritaha. First is Satatvaton Yatha Prata. Satatvaton Yatha Prata. The creation. There are two types, Vikara and Vivarta. So Vikara is Satatvataha. Satatvataha is the actual. Anyatha Prata. Anyatha Prata means modification of a thing into another thing. Anyatha Prata. So Satatvataha is real. The real change, real modification. Satatprataha Anyatha Prata Vikaraha. That's the definition of Vikara. Vikara is change of a thing into another thing. Really, Satatvataha. And Vivarta is Atatvataha Anyatha Prata. Anyatha Prata is change into Anyatha, other one. Modification of a thing into another thing. But not really. Atatvataha. That is Vivarta. Udiritaha. So change is of two types. One is Vikara, other one is Vivarta. Vikara, real change. Vivarta, there is no real change, it is apparent. Vikara is example, Yatha the Dugdam becomes Dadi, which is one way. There is a real modification. The cause becomes the effect, and the effect becomes completely different from the cause. It is irreversible. Therefore, in this case, the cause is not Nitya. It has completely undergone change. It is transformed into the effect. And in the second case, Vivarta, there is no reason. That's a real change. It's only an apparent. It's only a semblance. It's only an appearance. Therefore, only we say this Jagat is, in spite of duality, it is Advaitameva. So it is only a relative, apparent, not relative. The apparent is the right word. Apparent modification of Brahma. Brahma without undergoing any change appears. So therefore, there is no real change. Here the cause doesn't undergo any change. Yatha Rajju Sarpa. The Rajju doesn't undergo any change, but snake appears. So that is Vivarta. These are the two types of creation. So therefore, the Prapancha, the creation, doesn't have reality of its own. It derives its reality only from Brahma. So this is called Apavada, desuperimposition. So desuperimposition is possible only when it is Vivarta, not when it is Parinama. Parinama, how can you dismiss? It has become really something. A real change has happened. So therefore, there cannot be Apavada. So therefore, according to Advaita, therefore the Jagat is, this Prapancha is, Ajnanadaya Prapanchasya Vastunaha is Vastu Vivarta. Does not really changed into, Brahma has not really changed into this Prapancha. Whereas for Dvaitins, all these are real. The real change of Brahma. For them, Dvaitam is Satyam. Therefore, when Dvaitam is Satyam, Parinama, all the Jagat, etc., they are part of Brahma, and therefore, the Brahma undergo change to become this. Therefore, Dvaitavad. The problem with the Dvaita is samsara doesn't go away. The sense of limitation doesn't go away. So, therefore, there is, you cannot become, you cannot not become, you cannot, you always have to be a servant of the Lord. There is no Aikyam, there is no Jivatma, Paramatma Aikyam. There only lies complete freedom, the sense of limitation goes away. That is what samsara is. So therefore, the idea of the moksha itself is different. Being in Dvaita and being free is not possible, but that is that you being Dvaitam and moksha. Therefore, the concept of moksha is different. Moksha is being free. The freedom is possible only when there is no second vastu. When there is Dvitiya vastu, can there be freedom? How can there be moksha? So, therefore, for us, this Jagat is Vivarta. For Dvaitavadis, it is Parinama. That's the difference. Because it is Vivarta, therefore Apavada is possible. And that is Apavada is what is going to be talked about here. As we saw the Srishti Prakaranam, from the Karanam to the Sukshma to the Stula, Stula Bhuta, and then Stula Bhautika. Now we are going to de-superimpose. That is, we are going to make cognitively make the grosser into a subtler into further subtle and then causal. And when we do that, we dismiss all these apparent appearance on the vastu and arrive at Brahma that alone exists. So that vision of that everything is Brahma is arrived at by this Apavada Prakriya. For Adhyaropa, we don't require any deliberate effort. It is natural. Now for Apavada requires Viveka. We have to cognitively remove the idea, the notions, what we have. So that is what is going to be done. So Adhyaropa, Apavada. Adhyaropa is natural. Apavada is a teaching. So going by the natural and presenting the teaching, that is a prakriya. So Adhyaropa, therefore, it's not a special teaching. It is there already aropita. Many views are aropita on the vastu. So that is removed. Going by that and then removal. Therefore, the real teaching starts, Apavada. The teaching starts now only. Adhyaropa, there is no teaching. So we cannot stop with Adhyaropa. We stop with Adhyaropa, then Vaitam becomes a reality. Vaita is dismissed. The Vivarta is shown by Apavada. The Vivarta, that therefore Nashaha, Prapancha Nashaha is not physical destruction. It is cognitive destruction. The cognitive destruction of the reality, what we attribute to the Jagat by desuperimposing, by dismissing, because they are Nitya Bhuta. That is the Apavada. That is going to be talked about. So from the grosser to the subtler, back to the root. We're going to arrive at, and then that is the topic that we'll see. 139. Here onwards, we'll see next class. We'll stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.